Hello, gentlemen and ladies. Today we are finishing up our Got Girlfriends series with survival strategies for when you're making friends and you get the heebie-jeebies about what am I doing? Why am I doing this? This is a waste of time. I'm not sure I feel comfortable doing this. Is this really working? I don't think I'm getting anywhere. All that brain talk. We're going to shut it down with these strategies so that you can continue on in your journey to make girlfriends, because they're important after 50, more than you could ever imagine. The first thing that you need to be aware of is when you're out looking for friends that are girls in social settings, pay attention to the female dynamics. It's kind of like watching my chickens. I have 4 of them. I've had 7 before, which the dynamics get a little more complicated with 7, so I'll talk about them with 4. With 4, there's always a leader. There's always a female leader. Pay attention to who's leading the group that you're in. Number 2, there's always an assistant to the leader, a cohort, a helper, a confirmer that those plans sound like a good idea. They're just wandering around right behind them, following up with conversations, questions, keeping things moving for what the leader wants to accomplish. The third chicken is kind of wandering around, just not really engaged, just kind of making random decisions and doing whatever they feel like. So there's probably a couple of those in the social setting. And then finally, there's the chicken that sits back and watches and observes and is very attentive to everything, but may not look like it. So first thing you want to do is turn up your senses and pay attention to what's going on in the girls' dynamics. The next thing you want to pay attention to is the body language. Are they leaning in? Is there direct eye contact? Are they patting you on the shoulder or touching your leg and laughing easily at you? What is their body position? Are they open? When they're open, relaxed, don't have their legs crossed, they're open to the possibilities. Now, you get to define whether or not that's friends or more, but today we're talking about friends. So watch those body language so that you know how to proceed with the words you're going to follow with. Leaning in, eyes, a little bit of touch, a little giggle. You know you have their attention. What you're going to do with it next is up to you. The third survival strategy for when you're making friends is self-soothing. Getting a little nervous about them leaning in, giving you the eye. You just want to be friends. How do I say this? Oh, what's she gonna do? These work anywhere, anytime. Number 1, practice deep breathing. Nobody is aware of you doing this. And it takes your mind off of what's going on in the situation for a second. Just for a second. Take a couple deep breaths and come back to the environment. Number 2, take a moment to step outside. Don't lie about it. Just say, "Excuse me, I'll be right back." Anything to let them know that you'll be back. Number 3, listen to calming music in your head. Sometimes I have a full-on conversation in my head, especially in meetings. You hear something that you don't agree with or you think is just poppycock, just start a conversation in your head. If you were to say that out loud, what would happen after that? Sometimes it's best to just listen to some calming music in your head or have a pretend conversation that you can control and make enjoyable. Number 4, consciously shift your focus to others by asking questions and actively listening. This is a great diversion. People will talk about themselves for hours on end. Just make sure you have some questions. Even if you're caught off guard, how's it going? What's happening in your life this week? Make sure you have a couple that you really know you can jump to if you need to. The next thing you should have in your little kit of strategies are opening questions. Here's a list of 5. By no means a complete list, but just 5 to get you started. Hey, would you please subscribe? Just take a moment now and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Now, back to our list. 5 great conversation starters. What's your story? What makes you smile when you get up in the morning? What is the one book that has influenced you the most? What absolutely excites you right now? And what's the most important thing I should know about you? If you just get 2 of those in your head that you can go to when you need them, your life will be transformed. I guarantee it. Also, you need to have some escape plan strategies. You can leave anytime you want. You don't feel comfortable and none of those self-soothing strategies are working, you can leave, but do it politely. You don't have to apologize. You don't have to make any excuses. Here are some ways that you can excuse yourself gracefully. Keyword there is gracefully. Number 1, I'm going to step out for a brief phone call. I'll be back shortly. Number 2, I need to catch up on a few things today. Could we continue this later? Number 3, thank you for the conversation. I have another commitment coming up now. Number 4, excuse me, I need to use the restroom quickly. That always gets people out of your way. And finally, the last strategy that is essential for this to work for you is to practice. That's the only way you're going to get better. You can't expect to walk in a room every time and to have some woman come up to you and find you interesting and she turns out to be everything that you want her to be and a friend too. It's not going to work that way. You're not going to have a group of females and following you around after a week of doing this. It takes time. Some things are going to fail. You're going to try volunteering things that don't work. If you're looking for some ways to find people, check out this Where to Find Love video. It is fun. Be open to the possibilities of what kind of fun you're going to find, what kind of crazy things people are going to say, because they're saying crazy things all the time. So there you have it. 6 strategies for saving your sanity while you're building your community of girlfriends. I know you can do it. I know it's going to benefit your life. I know it's hard. Stick with me. Leave any comments with questions, what you want to know next, what you like, what you don't like. Thank you as usual for joining. Did you subscribe? Don't forget to subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Thank you. Bye.